Yo guys, a massive Apex Season 7 update dropped late last night, like 11 o'clock. It came with a new character. She's okay. I have my own thoughts on her. I'll probably push those out later. Oh, what else came with it? A brand new map. Brand new map. It's massive. There's a vehicle and everything you can go use to drive around on. But where should you land? There's no Skull Town. There's no nothing. Listen to this. Top 3 locations where you should be landing if you want to get high kill games and the best loot in Apex Season 7. Let's go. Alright, so coming in at number 3, some of you are probably going to hate me for this one, but it's got to be Grow Towers. This isn't an awful landing location, don't think that by any means by me putting it at number 3. It's just not number 1 or number 2, and here's why. It's a great location, okay? It's about 3 or 4 spinning towers, all up, kind of revolving like a bunch of little triangle, or a bunch of little circle little dodos going on, okay? You know what I'm saying? They're fun, it's great. This is actually a great spot for you to use the new legend, Horizon. If you rush up to the towers, you throw her thing out, and it boosts you up a level to a level 2 or 3. Boom, you're instantly ahead of everyone else who would have had to walk all the way up the side of the stairs or whatever it is to get up top there. Unless, of course, you flying off the drop to land up there, then that's a different story. But if everyone else is rushing it, and you throw it down and you go up and you can get instantly armor and some floor loot, then you're ahead of the game. Then you can start pushing down instead of pushing up. So that's the plus side to it. Floor loot, fantastic. There's usually typically floor loot on every level. It's great. There's typically probably, I think it's 3 levels that all rotate, and there's probably 3 or 4 chests on each level, which is always also good to get more loot for your team. I don't know if it's enough for each team to land on one floor and get enough loot, but it's a decent amount for probably everyone to get a gun. I don't know if it'll be the best gun. It could be Mozambique. What are you going to do with it? Just slap them across the jaw with it? But other than that, it's pretty good loot. Location is my biggest problem with this landing spot. It's the far east corner of the map, which is fine, but any further east, you're pretty much at the edge. There's a couple locations kind of behind you, but you never really go there since the zone typically doesn't land there, and that's the far corner of the map. Usually you land there, and then you probably end up chasing zone a little bit further the rest of the game, which I personally hate. I want to land, get some kills, which I can, because they're there, but then I don't have to chase zone the whole game. I know it happens, but if I can land, rack up kills, get some loot, and then push another team instantly, then that's what it's all about. That's why I want those high kills and everything. It's cool. I love the dynamic of it. It's pretty new, having all of them rotate. There's some gameplay in the background. Me and my friend landed there a couple games. This guy didn't know it rotated, so he's looting up. He saw us. He started taking some shots at us. We're like, okay, we pulled back, started shooting at him. He obviously didn't know it rotated, so it twisted, and his cover was gone. And we were able to wipe him out and his teammate because neither of them knew. So it was pretty easy. It was a good wipe for us. Other than that, that's it. That's number 3. That was Grow Towers. Great spot. Try it out. The location's just the only part I don't like. Alright, so coming to number 2. This one's probably my favorite landing spot out of all of them on the new map, which is probably odd why you're like, why are you putting it at number 2 then if it's your favorite landing spot? That's because number 1 has something pretty special, significant to it that I'll talk about later when I get into that. But number 2, East States. If you want some heat, you want some fun, some action right away where everyone's going to land here. The location of this map is almost perfect. It's not too far to any direction. It's not quite in the middle, but it's slightly off to the side. So if you land here and for some odd reason you don't get any loot, then you can always push to one of the other locations and easily clean up loot that way. Things I like about this map. It's almost like a little neighborhood. There's probably 5 or 6 houses in a square around one center big house. None of the houses are too big, too like multi-story buildings or anything to where you get lost and you can't get your teammate if they get down. They're kind of small and it's great. The only downside is if you land at one of the houses on the outside, because you don't want the bang for your buck and going for the middle house, you could just get armor. You could get a P2020. You could get a Mozambique and that's it. And you better fight to survive with that Mozambique. On the plus side, the majority of the loot is good there. A lot of the time you do get a decent gun, like an R99 or whatever, now that they're back in the game. The only downside is when you don't, because it's straight back to the lobby. If I land there and there's no loot and I got nothing, I'm just like, start back out of the game and let's land again. But this spot has probably the quickest action of any of the spots that have been added to this map. It's great, location fantastic, you can move around, go to the other spots if you want. There's always people there, which is what I like. Even if the zone's converging, it's always that spot that people go like, hey, let me go look inside East States. Let me see if someone's still there or not. Let me go see if there's loot left behind. Usually there's not because all of you are ravages. You just scavenge everything. But other than that, I love East States. I love landing right away and just fighting for everything. I always go for the middle house. It's just I gotta show them my schlong, you know what I'm saying? I always land there. There's always 2 chests on the side of the house, which I try to get. Everyone rushes inside of the buildings. Look for chests on the outskirts and push in. Let the other teams fight it out. This is a tip. Let the other teams fight it out, and then you go in after them and clean it up. Sure, maybe it's not the coolest way to do it, but it's the smartest way to do it. If they're all fighting for everything, and they're... Me and my teammate, okay, there's probably some gameplay in the background. We landed there right away, and we got down. We got swamped. Usually I land, and I keep getting a sniper. There's not much you can do with that. I'll snipe him a couple times, but then after that, there's not much I can do. He has a fully automatic, whether it's a flatline or whatever, and he just mows me down. That's the fun of the game. That's the gamble of going for the chest. That's the gamble of going for the big house, whatever you want to go to. But if you go to a house, wait a little minute. If no one's pushing you, play it calm. Wait for other gunshots, and then kind of move in behind them and clean up the other teams. I have a solo gameplay I did of that. I'll probably link it in here while I'm talking in the background. If not, I'll probably post it later. But that's number 2, E-States. Definitely land there for some heat. Yo, let's go! This is the one you guys wanting. Alright, number 1. What is it? What could it be if it's not E-States? It's not Grow Towers. Like, what could it be? Okay, easy. It's Rift. Right? And you're like, Rift, why? It's at this far side of the map. It looks cool and great, but why is it number 1? Here's why. In the center of Rift, there's kind of a big black hole teleporter, which you go in, and it instantly leads you to another part of the map. This is the reason that I put that it's above E-State. E-State is in a great general location of the map. I love it. In order to push other teams, you typically have to run to them. At Rift, you can land, and you can get in a fight instantly. There's kind of little huts all around, circled around just this big revolving black hole that you go into. There's some gameplay in the background. Me and my friend landed there. We got in a good team fight with another team. And so wiped them, like, alright, no one else is here. We got the loot. Let's go jump instantly pretty much into another fight. So we ran up to the portal, got in, and we were out. And we came out of the portal. What do we know? There's a team here, a team there. Now I know what you're thinking. Yo, Ty, people can land here? They can grab loot and instantly go in the portal as well. Exactly. If everyone leaves, they're leaving through the portal. You know what you do then? Loot up and leave through the portal right behind them. Why? Because they didn't go very far. They're just outside of the portal looting again. So they're still there easily to fight. You don't have to really run far. You don't have to go on a journey or anything. It's simple. You land, you loot up. Typically we land at like 2 or 3 of the houses kind of close by to each other. That way we're in a close vicinity. They're all 1 story, I believe. You just climb up on them if you have to. But they're 1-story buildings. Decent floor loot. Not very many chests, I'd say, is the biggest problem. But there's so many huts and buildings that there's plenty of loot. And if worse comes to worse, you can hop in the portal, go out, and get more loot. That's what I love about it. It's so great. Just loot up, get in a couple fights, and then there's no rest. If you want to go at it again, hop right in that portal. It takes you about like 3 seconds, and you pop out of another location where there's tons of guys. And if there's not guys there, it's also at a location where you can easily push them. There's a couple places by there. I think docks or some places by there as well. Like head there, get more loot, get more kills, rack it up. That's why this is the number 1 spot for me. It's got to be. It looks cool, aesthetically amazing. I love it. It's a cool design. When you're flying through the air, you see it. Everyone sees it. Everyone's going to be drawn to the big circle right away until they see what it is. So it's probably going to be the most crowded, which is another reason why I have it at number 1 right now for getting the most kills. E-State is great. Later on, E-States will probably be the most crowded. But for now, Rift. Everyone, you're flying above and you see a giant black hole. You're not going to not go there. I'm flying in there first things first. I don't care what happens to me. I'm going in the booty, just straight up. Like, here it comes. You land, you grab some weapons, you grab some armor, you rack up kills, you hit the portal, you're out of there, you see more kills, you rack them up, you keep going and going until the game's end and you're the champion. That's why Rift is number 1 for me. Nothing beats it so far. We'll see later on. It's still fresh. It's still fresh. The season's been out for probably like not even a day yet. Okay? I figured I'd push this video out for now for anyone trying to land in and they're like, where do I go? This so map is going to take me a while to explore. Which, by the way, I want to mention, they do have an exploration mode, kind of, on there. If you go to the Olympus Preview tab, it's kind of by the lower left side of your screen, where you pick your duos, your trios, which map you want, stuff like that. It says Olympus Preview. It's a game mode. You click it and load in. You can't shoot anyone. No one takes damage or anything except from the zone. And you can kind of explore the map. I'd look at these 3 places if you want. There's probably a couple other places that are awesome on there, but these are the best ones I have so far for that. So that's number 1, Rift. We got number 2 was E-States, and number 3 was Grow Towers. Let me know, which one is your favorite? Are you like, yo, Antics, you're bizarre, like, you're crazy, man. Grow Towers is the spot. It's way better than Rift. Rift should be number 3. Rift shouldn't even be on the list. Let me know what you think. I'm curious how everyone's thinking right now. If they're like, I love the map. I hate the map. It's great. I love these locations. I want to know where everyone's mind is. So let me know in the comments. Like, drop me a like and everything. But more important than that, like, comment down below. Let me know. You like, yo, this is my favorite spot. Like, I love Grow Towers because it's on the far east corner. That's why I love it. And you don't want to get pushed from teams from behind. And I'll be like, yo, you're right. Maybe that's it. So I'm curious where you guys are standing with that. Let me know. Drop a like. Comment down below. If you like more of these videos, I'll make some more. Why not? Season 7 just came out. There's going to be tons of content pushing for it.
Yeah.
So, hey, drop a like, comment. I'll see you guys later. Follow my social medias. Follow me there. DM me if you have other videos you want me to make and stuff like that, okay? If not, I'll see you guys later.